from Charlotte, North Carolina, at a combined weight of over 660 pounds, Roddy Rob, Adam Bomb, Bionic Brian, the Mark Out Wrestling Podcast.
I feel like the podcast has jet lag over here as me and Brian get it going here for our Wednesday night. We're going to review AEW. They are finally back on Wednesday night with Dynamite. We got some quick hits as well. This is episode number, I don't know, Brian, I haven't been here in about a week or so.
672.
672. All right, so that's not terrible.
No.
No. We're getting up there in age. We're getting up there in like fine wine. So I want to talk about Dynamite, obviously. But I wanted to do a little bit of quick hits before we get too far into it. One of my quick hits that I added right before we went on the show, Brian, is about the close. Okay. Now, quick preview. I thought tonight's episode was pretty damn good. From a match perspective, from a storyline perspective, I thought there was a lot of good tonight. And the show closes, since this is the last time in Daly's Place. They're going on the road next week. Mm-hmm. The show closes with pretty emotional, not just because of, John Huber, but a pretty emotional video package of their time at Daly's Place, of this roller coaster that they've gone through in the last year. I mean, it was a really, Brian, I criticize them constantly about production woes and shit like that. I have to give them their due tonight. That was pretty damn good.
Yeah, they did a good job of just kind of summing up everything that they've. I mean, even just the opening shot of seeing Cody out there in the ring solo, like, you're right. I mean, it was just very, very well,
and
very
they
well
captured
put
some of the memorable moments of this time. And we come back to Jim Ross on a live mic to close the show by saying there's nothing like the feeling of seeing an episode of WWE Dynamite live. What the ever-loving fuck? Because I'm sorry, this was like you cut the fucking feed 30 seconds earlier, Brian, and we're having a different open to this show. I know that.
Right. I mean, that's a pretty egregious mistake right there, right?
I mean, I know he looks around and sees nothing but WWE stars all around him.
Well, yeah.
But who signs your paycheck? McMahon and Khan. They don't even have the same amount of letters. At least AEW and WWE have 2 out of 3 the same, even if they're in different orders. So, I just want to preface, Brian, I love Jim Ross. Okay, but just like a bad wrestler who needs to retire because he can't go anymore. Like, just stop. Jim Ross might need to go.
But it's one of those things where it's like, I guess do you think everyone's kind of hoping that he just kind of like steps away himself versus
I don't know how
having to have someone tell him, be like, man, JR, we're going to have to, why don't you have a seat? Why don't you have a seat? Why don't you take a seat?
Yeah. I mean, whenever, if Michael Jordan wanted to retire with the Bulls and he was past his prime, they would probably be like, dude,
right.
Can you step down on your own? Michael would have recognized it. Jim does not recognize it. As one of our fans put it, he doesn't care. He's getting, hooking up with 30-year-olds on the roster, so he's feeling good.
Whoa. You don't know that, sir.
No, I said as one of our fans said. I didn't say it was true.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I prefaced it right.
Gotcha.
So let's see. On our YouTube live chat board, we got Christopher Stykeleather. He says that wasn't a bad episode of WWE Dynamite, but it wasn't great either. Yeah, I had to start there. By the way,
I thought it was pretty good. I didn't think it was terrible. It was a
great Dynamite. Just the fucking Jim Ross close pissed me off.
Man. Gosh.
And I gotta say, on any fucking program, I think 3. Me and Rob had this discussion before. I think 3 announcers is too much.
I agree. I'm a 2-man guy.
Having Jericho out there as number 4 for the whole fucking show till the main event.
Yeah.
Unnecessary.
Wait, I'm sorry, I missed you. Who's jerking off who?
Having Jericho as number 4 for the whole show.
Oh, I see. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I like Jericho on commentary in doses, but not in like a 4-man. Oh, we got sound effects.
Yeah, everything's on a delay. I'm not sure
When'd
why.
you press that? You press that. I don't even see you press a fucking button.
I just turned it down, but yeah.
No, it's still going, you know. Are you supposed to have this going, or?
I don't know. I think it goes on for like 40 seconds.
So then why don't you stop it?
Yeah, I don't know. It's fine.
Because you don't know how. Oh God.
No, I know.
Hey, please
I just
support
wanna
us on
let it
Patreon, so I don't
Hey.
get fucking crazy.
You know what,
Patreon.com/MOWP.
Brian? You want to talk all your shit here? Guess what?
No one can hear us.
Guess what? Guess what?
What?
Anna Jay's off the market, Brian.
That's okay.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. I don't know, what are you talking about? She's dating Jungle Boy. Did you see that fantastic picture?
Yeah, we'll get to his stuff later. Remember, this is quick hits. Darby's supposed to be in Jackass 4.
I kind of like it. I
Okay.
do. At least it's not on Dynamite, right?
Yeah. Cody's on the cover of like People in a photo spread. I mean, I know he ended racism.
Whoa! Was it the cover?
Or I don't know.
It wasn't the cover. That's a big difference.
My point is I
But he
think
did
if
end
I
racist
walked
for it.
around a city the size of Charlotte, where we live here, the city he
Yeah.
was born in, with his picture, I don't know that I'd get a lot of people who recognize him. I think he's thinking he's a little bigger than he really is.
Bigger for his britches. Well, did his show even start yet? That reality.
Who cares? As a
some
wrestling
people
person,
probably.
he is recognizable. As
Sure.
a wrestler in the wrestling community, I would say 9 out of 10 people recognize him, guaranteed.
Yes.
Might
Yes.
even be more like 19 out of 20. Okay, so I mean it's up there. But in real life, going on, other things, if you were to show my wife his picture, she has no idea.
Right.
Brandy, no clue. She'll have no idea. Put them together, even less. She'll think that they're a reality TV couple. And that's what they're trying to be, Brian. I think that's beyond their reach.
Yeah, I don't think that they're quite at that level yet. It's not like they haven't transcended wrestling yet. I mean, they're definitely high up there, obviously, in the wrestling echelon, but
thank you. That's the way I was trying to say it. I Medine the fuck out of it. They have not transcended wrestling. There you go.
Right.
Good call, Brian. Next quick hit.
Yeah.
There's I didn't get to listen to it entirely, but there's a little snippet where Tony Khan and Bully Ray were going at it on Busted Open Radio, and Khan got his feelings hurt a little bit. Took his ball and went home.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing to discuss there, I guess. I don't want to shit on your boy.
Wait, who went home? Who went home?
Tony, the Conster.
Wait, really? He got pissed and just left?
I mean, he took his mic off. I don't know.
It's got to be work, bro.
Conan could be. If it's work, then I like it. If not, he's just a pussy. Very fine line between work and being a pussy. Conan. Now, credit where credit's due. Let's not say that Conan is the gospel when it comes to, whatever he says is going to be 100% true, but he's saying that he showed up last week and like 20 minutes before airtime he didn't know what he was supposed to do that night. I'm not saying that's crazy, but I just want to go out on the AEW defense here.
Yeah.
They probably emailed him, he didn't check it. They probably texted him, he didn't see it. I don't believe that they just booked him a week in advance and didn't send him, that he got there. I'm sure they sent a car for him or whatever. He got there on time and all this other stuff, but he claims he didn't know what the hell he was supposed to do until right before showtime, like a Vince move.
Huh. Well, I mean, I guess maybe you could say that they're playing their cards close to their What do you call it? I don't play poker.
Okay.
Close to your chest.
You could say that.
Is that what you do?
I'm still going to go with
play
my
Uno.
theory that he got it and just he's clueless. And then the last one, we're going to start with this one. This is going to be a little bit more than a quick hit, Brian.
Okay.
You and I kind of had a little bit of discussion about it with Kenny. And I want to continue it here. There's a couple, they're very critical of AEW on Twitter. There's obviously AEW botches and Jobber Nation TV. They're very critical of AEW. I think AEW botches just shows video clips, but Jobber Nation has been on a train of thought lately about this. Unnecessary risks. These aren't like pay-per-views. These aren't big hyped up matches. And where I want to start tonight is with Britt Baker, Rebel, Nyla, and Vicky, the weird tag match here. You want to talk about a match that makes no fucks, Brian? Zero, right? I mean, we know what they're trying to do. They're trying to build the feud of Nyla and Britt, right? This is the start. Yeah. This is the open. So you got to get there. But part of the way they get there is Rebel gets hurt. Has to be carried off by guys who don't look like they know what they're doing.
You don't think so?
I don't know. I really don't know. Like, why wouldn't you? I'm sure they have it at least in a prop form. Why wouldn't you bring a wheelchair out there? She wasn't
maybe
dying.
They didn't have one.
She wasn't dying.
I'm looking at actual. I'm on Twitter right now, and you could see her being carried off. This does not look like it's part of. Again, I mean, maybe she was supposed to get injured gimmick, but she actually did get injured.
No, I think she's legit injured, and those people don't know. I don't know who's a trainer there or whoever is supervising.
The guy in the shorts and the big calves, that's their doctor.
Okay, well, he needs to tell the people how to fucking carry her. Okay, that is ridiculous. That is
a little ridiculous. I'm watching it back right now. I mean, you got to get like.
What's up, Anaconda Vice? What's up, Sealer Stout? So
what's up, Vice?
And then they let the match continue, Brian. And we see Britt Baker. I don't even know how to describe it. It was like a flipping guillotine to the middle rope is the way she kind of contacted it off Nyla's knee, whatever.
Are you talking about when she got hurt?
Yeah, and then so
it looks like it was when she slid in to break up the pin. Apparently it was a little awkward.
Oh no, I thought it was the rope spot is where I thought she got it. But regardless, I want to bring this up, Brian.
Yeah.
Wasn't Britt injured by Nyla like a year ago?
I think Britt was injured by everybody a year ago.
No, Nyla was the one I'm pretty sure that took her out of action because Nyla landed on her knee that wasn't bent, or that was bent. Similar to what happened to Miz in the zombie match.
I plead the fifth, Adam. I do not recall.
Okay. I'm pretty sure Stike, I know we're lagging a little bit, but maybe Stike knows.
Who's lagging? We're not lagging. I'm on my third cold brew of the day, man.
No, I'm talking about the stream. I think is lagging.
Oh, well, we're actually lagging.
Yes, not us. We're on fire.
I see. Yeah, we're fired up, bro.
I think this match should have ended with the Rebel injury. I think you could have worked this very easily. Britt comes out next week, cuts a promo. You took out my whatever valet, whatever the hell she calls her. This had so much room to grow here and stuff. And I think that there's a potential now, Brian, that Britt might be hurt too and Rebel. And I'm not talking kayfabe hurt. I'm talking like hurt.
You think both of them just got hurt? I mean, it's possible. I'm seeing some rumors on Twitter right now. I keep updating it.
I do. And it echoes on my unnecessary risk theme here.
What's that? Oh.
This is a match that didn't matter. Okay, because there's way bigger risks. We'll get to it, but there's way bigger risks in the Sammy MJF match. Guess what? That's a big fucking match. Okay? This is a meaningless tag match between the women's champ and her new contender that you threw the valets in.
Here, I'm sending you the. I have the clip right here. I wish I could play it for. Or I guess I could just. Here, can you see this? Does that look like shit?
Yeah, it looks like total shit.
It looks like shit. Okay.
Oh,
I thought maybe we're onto like groundbreaking.
It
podcast,
looks okay, but because it's there's a reflection, that's what makes it look so bad.
Oh, okay. So you can see all my pop-ups and just like.
All right,
shit.
so we covered that. I don't have anything else to
covered
say until we know for sure something there.
So 2 injuries in 1 match. That's
right.
fucking.
And we've got 4 titles on this program, and 3 of them had some build toward them. So to defend and say why this was a good Dynamite once again tonight is because they addressed a lot of story. You didn't really set up much. You had Miro versus Brian Pillman Jr. You knew who's going to win there.
Good match.
Yeah, it was a good match, but you knew who's going to win, and it didn't really set up the next contender in waiting there. So that's the one belt that doesn't really get too much love on this episode, but the rest do. You have a lot of people were criticizing where we'll go next. We're criticizing Jungle Boy having such an amazing match with Kenny Omega and then being relegated to Jack Evans this week.
It is a little weird.
But Jungle Boy was going for his 50th win.
So
that's at least something. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I know some people felt and we're pretty critical on Twitter about this, but they feel that like Orange Cassidy and now Jungle Boy were starting to eclipse in their fame, the EVPs and Jericho and Mox, and that's why they just backed off them real quickly.
What do you mean backed off them?
Like I think Jungle Boy, Orange Cassidy, Scorpio Sky, MJF, I think you should get everything you fucking can behind them.
Totally. I'm with you.
Those are your guys that are AEW only. You've already done it with Darby. So I'm talking guys that have not been anywhere. I like to do the comparison, Brian, to TNA, not WWE, whenever we talk about this.
Well, I'm with you on that.
I think TNA's big success was having, yes, some name brand ID guys, Christian Cage, Jeff Hardy, Kurt Angle, Sting, but having their own homegrown talents was much, much bigger. AJ Styles, Samoa Joe, Christopher Daniels. I mean, the list goes on. Petey Williams, Bobby Roode back then, the whole Team Canada.
Chris
really.
Sabin,
yeah.
Shark Boy,
Motor City Machine Guns.
Yeah.
The list goes on. You need to push that talent to identify yourself. How? Have them beat these old WWE guys. That's how you do it. Have Archer kick the shit out of somebody from WWE. Fucking destroy Hager. There you go. You want to do something right, but they don't want to. I don't know. They don't want to ruin his Bellator MMA image, I guess.
Well, that's true. He does have a fight coming up, and it's a pretty big one. He's actually fighting Fedor. I don't know if you're familiar with him. He used to fight in Pride.
Nope.
No, okay. Yeah, he's a fucking very decorated fighter, but he's a little past his prime, so it is interesting. So I am curious to see how AEW is going to handle their booking, because obviously they have to make him look strong going into it.
Yep, so Jungle Boy and Jack Evans finished their match. Jungle Boy wins. Cue the brawl afterwards. Ryan, if there's one part of the night that wasn't involving JR that I did not like, it's right here. Can
What's
you guess
that?
what it was?
What? Oh, the brawl?
The exchange between Hardy and Christian. Matt Hardy and Christian Cage.
What's wrong with it?
Watch it. Go back and watch it. For 2 guys that have worked together for 20 fucking years.
Yeah.
To not be able to sell me their 30-second punch fest, I was upset.
They're come on, they're veterans.
No,
they're not going to lay it in,
no.
right? They're just going to brother each other a little bit and just kind of get through it.
They should know how to pepper each other without laying into each other. It was the Ryan. It was.
No, I know. I'm with you. I'm just being a fucking.
It was
jacket.
bad. It was bad. We find out that Darby and Ethan Page are going to have a coffin match at Fyter Fest. Not really much to unpack here. It is a whiny little heel promo for him to prolong it, and somewhat predictable maybe, because it seemed like this feud needs more than just another Dynamite chapter. So I guess that just made the most sense. I don't want to talk about it, but I will. The Bucks versus Kingston and Penta.
Yeah. What?
Okay, first off,
what?
I know that if Rob were here, he would say, "Why is Kingston and Penta teamed up?" Okay.
Yeah, it is a little weird.
It really, because that's the only part that makes sense to me.
Why does that make sense?
I haven't seen Rain Phoenix in a while. I don't know if he's hurt. So Penta has nothing to do. Mox left Kingston hanging. And before Kingston was with Mox, he was doing the whole family bit.
Sure.
And that was with Penta. So it makes a little bit of sense for them to team. What doesn't make sense is Mox and Kingston. Mox, your big-time badass champ. Mox and Kingston lost to the Bucks. So what makes me think that Kingston and Penta are going to do any better? Even though this match had a lot of chicanery that was great. The Good Brother distraction, Cutler ended up spraying Matt, Penta got the pin, Kaz helped out also by attacking Cutler. This was better than your average. This wasn't just a brawl, Brian. This told a little bit of a story. This got them their so-called contendership. They didn't have to do a battle royal to get it. They did have to fight two horrible-looking porn stars.
Porn stars? What porn stars?
The Bucks.
Oh. Hey, can you hear the echo?
No.
Okay, and it's just on my end. You could make the argument, what you said about like going back to the Mox and Kingston thing, and like how should you believe Penta and Kingston can win if Mox and Kingston can't?
Right.
Mox isn't a tag team wrestler, right? He's never been known as a tag team wrestler. He's been just known as a singles guy. So you can make that argument that, okay, maybe that's why it just didn't work out with him and Kingston. So Penta is he's a tag team specialist. So it does kind of make sense in that regard. If
Kane and Bubba Ray Dudley lost a match, you could say, well, Kane's not a tag team wrestler, really, and Bubba is. Now he's with Devon, and they have a chance. Okay. This isn't that situation. Penta and Kingston are not the best team out there. This is, I don't know what this is.
No,
I
but
think this is another just stall in the Bucks bullshit.
Well, yeah.
That's it.
It is kind of strange though. They win the match, but now they also get their first number one contenders, right?
Yeah, Stike says technically AJ Styles was a WCW homegrown talent at TNA. He was barely on
Oh,
there.
stop it.
He was barely there. He wasn't homegrown there. He was signed and released. That'd be like me saying I don't know. Samoa Joe is WWE because he was in OVW for a cup of coffee.
Yeah, because he wrestled on Velocity for a couple matches.
Yeah, some shit like that.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we covered that. What do
we
got
didn't.
left? Oh, we've got two things to cover left. Dealer's choice here, Mr. Brian. Do you want to go with Kenny Omega or MJF and Sammy?
No, let's go with Kenny first. Let's get this out of the way because I know what you're going to say.
Kenny. Okay, I'm critical of Kenny. You know that.
Mm-hmm.
His facial hair drove me crazy.
Oh, here we go.
The way on his end that this feud was introduced is brilliant. And I'm glad Callis wasn't there. This had to come from Kenny. The angle, Brian, of I've beaten everybody here. There's nobody left for me to prove myself against.
Yeah.
It's so wrong that it works. He hadn't beat MJF. He hasn't beat.
Sure, in his own mind,
Hangman.
He's beaten everyone. Yeah, he's the best.
He didn't fight Jericho. He beat Evil Uno and people like that.
Right.
Matt Sydal, Jungle Boy,
Matt something.
OC, and Pac. So that's who he's beaten. He hasn't beaten all challengers, but it's a good segue. Which I thought it might be true what he was saying. I'm going to take some time off and go defend the belts on the other side because we know he has been nursing some injuries, and that was a hell of a match with him and Jungle Boy, even though we knew the outcome. So you've got this perfectly set up, and here comes Dark Order. No, you haven't beaten anybody. This is the one thing I didn't like, Brian. I think it should have been Hangman. I think Hangman should have come out himself. Dark Order can be behind him. Dark Order can be the yeah, Kenny, why don't you give him a shot? Kind of like
That's what they were alluding to, though. Obviously,
you needed to have Hangman come out there.
Because then obviously, did you see? No, they're saving that because didn't you see the promo that happened afterwards where Hangman confronted Dark Order?
Yes, and I thought that made it worse.
No,
I thought that I'm not going to say it made Hangman look weak by any means, Brian.
Sure.
But I thought that it would have been better coming from Hangman to say, "Hey, you forgot about Dre." He comes out and just.
I gotta say, I did expect Hangman to come out, but I'm still holding out hope that they're gonna the same or a similar situation is gonna happen, and Hangman is going to come out and confront Kenny, and that's where you're gonna start it.
And
because I even texted, I don't know if I texted it to you guys or in a different group, but I even said I was like, holy shit, here we go, like the Hangman feud is finally fucking starting, and then he never came out. But then they ended up playing the promo.
Now we got the Bucks.
Showing the promo later on.
We got Callis. We got Good Brothers. Paige has the Dark Order, so Brian, it kind of evens the playing field, if you will.
I mean, a little bit.
I mean, Good Brothers and Bucks. There's 4 guys. I'm
saying body wise, but are you really going to put the Good Brothers up against Dark Order? I mean, it's not really the same.
No. I'm not saying they'll have matches or anything. I'm just saying, when the shit breaks down for Hangman to get the pin.
Yeah, the odds are evened.
Right.
What are you drinking over there? That looks like fruit punch.
It's Gatorade.
What flavor? Orange?
Zero fruit punch.
Oh, fruit punch. You look like a fruit punch kind of guy.
Yeah, I am.
What's a board saying? Are they on there? What are they going? What's going on with them?
So Kenny just
nothing.
What was that?
I was asking what's up with the board? I'm surprised you haven't gone to the board.
Oh, on the board, Stike says, I like how Evil Uno and Kenny were talking about Hangman without mentioning his name. Okay, yes, that's a good point, Stike. I think Hangman should have answered the call here. Omega and the Good Brothers versus Sami Callihan, Moose, and Chris Sabin tomorrow on Impact. I thought Sami Callihan Moose got fired, or Sami got fired. I thought somebody got fired over there.
Sammy did, I think, in gimmick, but I guess they brought him back. Honestly, I haven't really been keeping much watching too much Impact lately, so
yeah, too many shows.
However, I do have to say this though. This is a good segue, just real quick. There will be a special announcement coming from the GSW Twitter and social media handles that you'll want to check out. It's going to be, I think it's going to be announced sometime during Impact, not on Impact, but through GSW. So go to just at GSW_pro. Go follow that, and you'll see what I'm talking about.
So you got the Road Rager event next week. El Idolo is going to be there. We were expecting somebody to be revealed tonight.
Yeah, man. I was bummed out. That didn't happen.
You have gone on record saying you're pretty positive it is not Miss Thea Trinidad, aka Zelina Vega.
So here's the thing. It very well could possibly be her. And you know what? I thought they were going to pull that. That's what I was saying. I thought Vicky I didn't think she was going to wrestle in the match, and I thought someone was going to take her spot. That didn't happen.
Andrade wasn't even on tonight.
Andrade had a promo, and he's going to be. They hyped up a match with him and Matt Sydal at Road Rager next week.
So whoever he comes out with,
I guess, but did they even talk about it? Did I just miss it? Like,
no. So
right?
they didn't mention it, but there was a lot of buzz, in the dirt sheets and stuff that
Right.
Vicky's getting replaced already.
But it didn't happen. So,
Stike says Callis was fired from Impact. I thought Callis owned Impact. What a shit show that.
what the fuck are you
storyline
talking
is.
about? He doesn't own Impact.
Fuck do I know? Fuck do I care?
I don't know.
This is about
I don't know.
AEW, and we're at the main event, Brian.
Oh,
And you know
are we?
what that main